Barrio Nuevo. Barrio Nuevo. De Gimnasia.
You're a fucking dickhead. I'll fucking slap your fucking face off. I'll get my mum to come. You're literally 12. Yo guys, it is your boy barbarically below par Trim Niren here, and you are watching FTW, the 96th episode, would you believe, of this series. And this is the series where I bring to you the best and more frequently the worst of what football has to offer during the last 7 days. And speaking of the best though, I might just be the best manager in the world. If you missed my last few streams over on Twitch, I might just have won the Football Manager Streamer Showdown. Hey, come on! Get the dream down here! Come on! Come on! So if anyone's hiring, then look, I've got all of the credentials available. But we interrupt this absolute waffle to bring you the weather. We move to Australia now, and as they say down under, crikey, mate. Cyclone Niren appears to be entering the west coast. I say entering because the shape is very interesting indeed. Expect stiff winds in the area with gales likely to blow hard. Leaving the house is not advised whilst rain is pounding down on the Australians. Back to the football though now, with news that after rumours circulating from a variety of well-known sources, England will not be hosting Euro 2020. That's called 20, but is actually happening in 21 because 20 got cancelled. 2021. It's a travesty after everybody was getting their hopes up. Shares in Carling are down by 46%. Gaz, stop throwing plastic chairs about the gaff. Football is not coming home. I won't lie, I was gassed at the possibility of seeing Cristiano Ronaldo dicking about at Brixton Tube Station. Welcome one and all to your Euro 2021 final. It's France versus Spain. We're in Bradford for this one. Apparently UEFA are still working hard to ensure that we have 12 different nations hosting the tournament as originally planned. I feel like, however, we should probably be prioritizing a lack of COVID transmission rather than a semi-final taking place in Azerbaijan. In the Premier League though now... Sorry, as in, right, the football, yeah. Shock horror, a game between two top 6 sides in the Premier League ended goalless. This time it was Manchester United and Chelsea, the latest to provide us with a cheek slapper of a game. For some reason that makes it sound as if it was a good football match, actually. It was absolutely dead, lads. That's what I'm trying to say. Thomas Tuchel 100% had a nap during this one. The stadium announcer may as well have stayed at home. And our final change of the game is hopefully going to prevent me from ending it all. Lino, mate, that was all yours. I've played you in. Oh my goodness, it's actually insane. Every single top 6 game these days is a complete and utter travesty. Imagine seeing big clubs in England actually try and attack each other during a football match. It could never be us. And the worst part is Sky Sports will still try to gas it up. And with just 87 minutes of this football match to go, it really is anybody's game. The only good part of this game was Fred taking on a shot, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer watching on like a dad who's witnessed his 8-year-old child kick a ball in the right direction for the first time. And it didn't get any better for Manchester United against Crystal Palace, with yet another goalless draw. In 4 halves of football, surely a goal happens. Accidentally. Eric Bailly was acting as his usual self again. This man could spice up a game of bowls. Meanwhile, there was an altercation between Manchester United teammates Marcus Rashford and Harry Maguire. They just started swearing at each other, really, getting frustrated. I mean, it's passion, I guess. I just wouldn't test him too hard, Marcus. He'll get you in a headlock in Marbella. Elsewhere, and Tottenham Hotspur battered Burnley 4-0 thanks to an outrageous performance from Gaza Bale. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. Maicon, Matthew Lowton, it's all the same, really. He wasn't, however, so keen on Lucas Moura are joining in on his celebration. What? This is our thing. What are you doing here? L for Lucas. He looks like a lost little brother trying to get involved in conversation at a family barbecue. Meanwhile, Roy Keane and Jamie Redknapp had a difference of opinion on Spurs live on Sky Sports.
That doesn't make you a good player. Playing for your country doesn't make you a top player. If you can trap the ball, you will play for your country these days.
This is a complete mismatch. With Jamie Redknapp's injury record, he'd be ironed and folded by one Roy Keane slide tackle. Liverpool Football Club actually won a game of football. We can finally put the croquet to bed for one final time. A minor inconvenience, I must say. Roberto Firmino was happy to score his first goal since December of 2016. Meanwhile, Manchester City peppered Wolves after a late scare. Adama Traore's expected body oil usage unable to carry them to victory this time. Connor Cody incredibly scored a goal in this one with his first ever shot in the Premier League. Meanwhile, Manchester City had a goal ruled out for an attacker being offside by the width of a breath particle. The carbon dioxide density and oxygen concentration of his exhalation being measured to the absolute minutest of details for this decision. Give it as an offside, lad. On the topic of VAR, it reached an entire new level in the game between West Bromwich Albion and Brighton. Having been told he was allowed to take a free kick early, Brighton's Lewis Dunk took a free kick early before the goalkeeper and defensive wall were organised. The goal was originally ruled out, then given, then went to VAR and was ruled out again because the referee blew his whistle before the ball ended up in the back of the net. I am convinced referees don't know how to use technology. Just full stop in day-to-day life. Can you hear that ringing noise? Yeah, it's your phone, Lee. You need to answer it, but it's not asking me any questions. What are you talking about? Lee Mason's TV is 12 inches wide and a square. It was made in 1994. And despite them quite evidently making up the rules as they go along, we're supposed to start clapping for these lot like they're working for the NHS. They're causing heart attacks, not helping to prevent them. The ref blew for full time at 1-0. I was half expecting that to go to VAR and get overturned. In fairness, Brighton did have the chance to change their destiny themselves, hitting the post and the bar from separate penalties. Someone should probably inform them that you can't stay up on expected goals alone. Do you want to last longer in bed? Wear a Brighton shirt. You'll never finish. Around Europe now, and Barcelona completed a Copa del Rey comeback on Sevilla to see them through to the next round of the competition. It's fair to say that Sevilla defenders were struggling to cope with Argentinian forward Lionel Messi. Now, about a month ago, when Kylian Mbappe absolutely rinsed Gerard Piqué in the Champions League, Sevilla came out with this tweet, taking the piss out of themselves as well as Barcelona for actually getting to a Champions League instead of ending up in the Europa League as usual. Upon beating Sevilla this week, Barcelona went back to the original tweet and used it to ask for respect from their opponents. Oh, come off it, lads. Your old president didn't even respect the law. You heard that correctly. Ex-Barcelona president Josep Bartomeu was arrested this week. I can only imagine for crimes against football. It seems like we might have a leak for the secret witness who helped to put him behind bars. In France now, and there's the confirmation that Neymar has been ruled out of Paris Saint-Germain's Champions League second leg against Barcelona as we approach his sister's birthday. Why are we even shocked at this stage? If he wasn't injured, this man would furlough himself to get off for his sister's birthday. And I don't mean like that. Pause. Oh, hey, Nay, where actually are you? Oh, that's mad. Basically, I'm working from home today. You've got a game in 20 minutes. Staying on the French vibe, and Ligue 1 is just completely out of control. Czech side Slavia Prague provided the shock result in the latest stage of the Europa League by knocking out English top 4 contenders Leicester City. They got their former employee and current West Ham midfielder Thomas Souček on the phone in a Slavia Prague shirt. Borussia Dortmund challenged their fans to a Photoshop competition. If I'm going to be honest with you, some of the contestants were not exactly family family-friendly. An Italian referee has offered to go on television to explain the decisions he made in a recent league match. Could you imagine if that happened in England? It's amazing, right? I'm making the decision, yeah? I look down at this little device on my wrist and it tells me what the time is. Like, it's actually closer to home, and one Arsenal fan has taken to Tinder, as if he wasn't already in enough pain supporting Arsenal, and is trying to make exclusively Gunners-related one-liners work for him. Are you Martin? Cause you'll be shouting, "Oh dear God," when I plow you tonight. Are you Xhaka? Cause you've made me as hard as granite. Are you a dusted Brazilian winger? Cause I'd use my willy and dip. Hello all, and welcome to The Beautiful Game, the segment where we take a look at the poetic and brilliant side of the game that we love. We are back by popular demand for yet more glorious beauty. And that concludes The Beautiful Game. Over in Germany, and Leipzig midfielder Tyler Adams wasn't exactly feeling the love from teammate and goalkeeper Peter Gulaschi. The guy just got air-G'd in real life. He at least saw the funny side of it on Twitter. But you never know, this could be a sign of a lack of cohesion that Liverpool can now go on to exploit in the Champions League knockout. Next, we've got the story of a Ghanaian village and its residents who exclusively support Aston Villa. Apparently, it's because of one guy who lives in the village who loved Paul McGrath growing up in the early 90s. You could choose any team you wanted, and you've gone for one that contractually employs Ahmed El Mohammadi. Over in Norway, and there's the story that Albert Braut Tjaland has scored 64 goals in 37 games at junior level for Molde. Now, that's not a problem until you realise he's Erling Haaland's cousin. Oh, not another one, man. He might be a little iPod Nano for now, but best believe he'll be a supercomputer by the time he reaches his potential. In Italy, and Weston McKennie was caught admiring a view or in 8K ultra high definition TV after Stoke lost 2-1 to Swansea via a late penalty kick. Andre Ayew was taking no prisoners on the defender that gave away the spot kick. It's a shithousery award for the Ghanaian. Meanwhile, at non-league Notts County, we've got the most ridiculous of volleys.
Referee says play on, and rightly so, as Notts get hold of the ball. Ball into the penalty area. Oh my word! Eli Sam with a...
Over to Central America now, and Panama, we have this outrageous finish into a defender's own net. After winning the Brazilian league title, Flamengo manager Rogério Ceni received an unexpected surprise from his players during a press conference. Over in Colombia... I mean, it's a guaranteed shithousery award for the ball boy, isn't it? On the topic of ball boys... The Chinese Super League has been thrown into disarray after last year's champions Jiangsu FC just decided to bun it all off and cease operations. And if you were looking for the best goal of the week, I doubt you predicted it happening in the Maltese First Division. Now though, it's time for Still at 0-0, and you guys know the score by now. This is the segment of the show where I bring to you the best of Sunday League and amateur football. First of all, we've got an absolutely crippling injury out on the field to a manager. And secondly, you know what Sunday League football is like. Tensions are high, tackles are flying in, 7 of the 22 out on the field are probably hungover, and in Hungary, that all boiled over. On to the weird stuff though now. Over in Belgium, and there's a story that Aboubakari Koita from Belgium had to be substituted at half-time and just leave the game that he was playing in so that he could travel to hospital and attend the birth of his new child. If you've ever wondered what happens when a goalkeeper gets bored, here is your answer. Over in Brazil, and it's great to see some of their best lookalikes, I mean footballing icons, still doing well. And finally, we have the story of Cristiano Ronaldo blocking stats-keeping website Transfermarkt on Instagram. Now, this doesn't sound like a very interesting story particularly, but the reason behind it is outrageous. Transfermarkt, as it kind of suggests on the tin, specializes in deciphering what a player's transfer valuation is. At one point recently, they decided to devalue Cristiano Ronaldo slightly, and he responded by blocking them on every social media, and now they can't tag him in posts. That, though, is going to wrap up football this week, and I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then feel free to slap a like on the video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. You can also follow me on social media. It is at @theofficialfng on Twitter and on Insta. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a wonderful day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.